Health warnings have been issued as heatwave conditions are reached in London and the southeast. The Met Office issued a level 3 warning on the hottest day of the year, with temperatures hitting 32 C, 89.6 F, at Northolt, West London. The warning alerts healthcare services to help those in high-risk groups such as the elderly and young children. Two similar heatwave warnings were issued last week in Yorkshire and the Humber, and in southwest England. It is the UK's first prolonged heatwave since 2006. While the warm weather has been welcomed by sunbathers, sport watchers and barbecue fans, health officials said the heat could be dangerous for very young children, elderly people, pregnant women and those with serious illnesses. The heat has also caused problems for drivers and rail passengers in parts of England this week, after road surfaces melted and tracks buckled in the heat. In other developments, police in Norfolk are warning of the dangers of swimming in open water. It comes after the bodies of a man and a teenage boy were recovered from a water-filled quarry near Kings Lynn, Norfolk. Police in Newcastle say lives are being put at risk by vandals breaking fire hydrants and spraying themselves with water to cool down. The heatwave has brought a 15% rise in the demand for tap water in London and the Thames Valley. Thames Water's 9 million customers have been using about 400 m-liters a day in addition to the 26 bn-liters they usually get through. Water UK, which represents all major water companies, says there are no plans to impose a hosepipe ban as reservoir levels are where they should be. Firefighters in London have dealt with twice as many grass fires compared with last year. There have been 1,010 incidents so far this summer. Doctors in Wales say the number of people suffering sunstroke, sunburn and heatwave-related injuries is stretching hospital emergency departments. Some MPs want bosses to send staff home if workplaces get hotter than 30 C. The proposal is contained in a parliamentary early day motion. There is no suggested maximum limit in the current rules. Level 3 is one notch below the most serious warning in the Met Office's Heat Health Watch system. The temperatures that trigger local action plans vary according to location and may involve health, housing, and social care services, to protect those susceptible to the heat. In northeast England it is 28 C, in Wales 30 C and in London 32 C. The nighttime trigger temperatures vary from 15 C to 18 C. Alerts are triggered when threshold temperatures have been reached for one day and the following night, and the forecast for the next day has a greater than 90% confidence level that the day threshold temperature will be met. Scotland and Northern Ireland are not included in the alert system. BBC weather forecaster Chris Fox said a heatwave, according to the World Meteorological Organization, occurred when temperatures were 5 or more degrees above average for at least 5 days. He said the UK was already in a heatwave and the alert was essentially a health warning, telling healthcare professionals to watch out for vulnerable people. While most places will be largely dry and very warm on Wednesday, northern and western parts of the UK will be cloudy. Health officials in England are advising people experiencing the very hot weather to stay cool, drink lots of cold fluids and keep an eye on those they know to be at risk. Dr. Angie Bone, who is leading Public Health England's heatwave plan, said its efforts involved health and social care workers in the community, hospitals and care homes regularly checking on vulnerable patients, sharing sun safety messages, and making sure room temperatures were set below 26 C. Under the plan, officials ensured patients had access to cold water and ice, and that medicines were stored in a cool place, she added. The NHS says the main risks posed by a heatwave are dehydration, overheating, heat exhaustion and heat stroke.